stores are here, the biggest sales day of the year. The lights are bright, the doors swing wide.
Welcome, everyone.
Grab your carts, let's take this ride.
Yeehaw. We're gonna listen to this song first. Enjoy it.
The holiday rush, it's time to lead. From early morn to late at night, retail's rolling, the future's bright. CoreWare's got the tools in store, helping retailers do even more. All Black Friday sales are flying by. Grab your gear, don't let them
What'd you say?
It was Dirk Bentley.
The holiday rush,
right?
it's time to lead.
We have a deal with them. CoreWare does.
From e-commerce to the checkout line, let's streamline sales, keep it all in line. CoreWare's there, making it smooth. For every sale, we're in the groove. All Black Friday sales are flying by. Grab your gear, don't let them pass you by. Stack those deals, it's all you need. The holiday rush, it's time to leave.
Isn't that awesome, dude?
Jamming. For sure.
Love it. See you later. By the way, I'm at my parents' house. I had to borrow their Wi-Fi. Hopefully my Wi-Fi is fixed today, so I'll find out in about 3 hours.
For every sale, we're in the groove. All Black Friday sales are flying by. Grab your gear, don't let them pass you by. Stack those deals, it's all you need. The holiday rush, it's time to leave. So let's get started. The countdown's on. Black Friday magic, let's all be strong. The CoreWare's help, we're on our way. Let's make it a winning Black Friday.
Wow. It's going to try
Nailed
to
it.
play again. It's going to try to play again because it was so awesome. Hey, so no, seriously, guys, I've been excited about this webinar since we started talking about it, because the main reason is we've got some very powerful tools, and I know firsthand that a lot of people aren't getting a lot of use out of them because you're not thinking about ways that you can employ these things, because you're just going in and you're just trying to do your job. You're trying to move product, and it's so easy to get stuck in a rut, right? Josh and I started talking, and we started, throwing out ideas of how you as a retailer can really prepare and take advantage. This time comes around once a year, right? You can laugh at me and same time every year, but this happens once a year, and it's sort of like SHOT Show for us. We know what SHOT Show is going to be like. We do all this preparation, we plan, and before you know it, it's over with. 5 days of a show is gone, right? And then you're like, what did I miss? What did we want to do that we didn't do? So I think attending this, you're going to learn some things that you've got access to right now. We called it the Black Friday Bootcamp. But obviously this stuff can be employed all year long, right? So I'm going to turn it over to Josh, and Josh is going to really give us an overview, especially of CoreWare. I mean, not CoreWare, obviously CoreWare, but coreSTORE. And what I'm thinking, our plan was to highlight, coreILLA and coreFORCE. However, I think what we're probably going to do is just break this up. So today's mainly going to be about coreSTORE. And we're going to do this next week. We may do 2 of these next week, Josh, just to, because obviously we're running out of time. Black Friday's week after next.
Yep, it's coming up fast.
We're close.
Absolutely. The big thing we want to hit on how you can use our products to prepare for the holiday season. And as you'll hit on, you can use these tips and tricks anytime throughout the year to help generate revenue, help push interest, get people in the store. So really excited to be doing this. And, I want everyone to walk away learning something. Perhaps you guys are very in tune with the system and know it all right now, but this could give you some ideas and maybe some general guidance on what to look out for this Black Friday. So to start, Joel, I guess, in a regular brick and mortar store, you think you'd want to start with just identifying key targets on how we can see, hey, what inventory is moving, what customers are buying, Do we have top selling customers? Who are our bottom selling customers? I think those are some pretty big areas to look into. And for me, I think our bottom selling customers are a huge untapped marketplace, because they've only came in a few times. Why not try to market to them more, push them to get them into the doors?
Right.
So, to me, as far as preparation, the first thing I want to do is I want to see, what can we do to make this holiday season great? Well, let's start with taking a look at some key targets, and let's start with top customers. In coreSTORE, if you want to go ahead, and I think I have my screen shared here. Very easily we can find this information, this analytics. So we'd want to go over to our report section, and I want you guys to be aware, this is my demo system. There's not a ton of data, but it's going to be very useful still. So under our reports, we can go ahead and navigate to our customers, because as I said, we're going to take a look at our top selling customers. And the report that will help us out here, we can run a summary report. I think this is a great one. And some different options we have. Now, it really is going to come down to what you and your staff feel as far as your analytics on how far back you want to go. Do you just want to analyze last holiday season? Do you want to see your top customers of all time? And these filters here give you the flexibility to perform those actions. So under date range, me personally, I want to see my top customers from all time. I don't care if they haven't come in 6 months. I want to be able to identify those clients and maybe push them a little something extra for being my top buyers.
Right.
As far as sales types, I want to do all. I don't care if it was a sale or return. I want to get actual data. Now, this is where you can really fine tune this. Do you want to go ahead and go off a total amount spent? Okay, I want to see my top spenders. To me, everyone who has spent over $500 with me. Now, obviously, that's going to fluctuate once again with you guys. You also could go by total number of sales if you want to see, okay, how many times has this customer come in and bought? Have they been in 10 or more times and had 10 sales, etc.? For me, as I said, in this instance, I'm just going to go ahead and take a look at the amount. And this will give us a nice little short report here for me. I have 3 top customers. My no customer, this is going to be my quick sales and my cash just coming in and out. But you'll notice that Josh Oakey and James Williams, those 2 are my highest spending customers in my store currently. With this report, you're going to be able to quickly see how much profit you've made off of these clients, the number of transactions and their average ticket size, which will really help you hone in when marketing too, because you're going to see the customer's price point. Hey, when he comes in, he usually spends around $250. Let's market a sale to him. If they spend over $300, maybe they take 30% off. So some kind of tiered discount. So there's a lot of flexibility with this information. Now, the other side to that is, who are my bottom selling customers, and why are bottom selling customers important? To me, as I said, it's a completely untapped market for you. Someone came in real quick to buy a box of ammo, a bar of soap, whatever the situation. This client knows where your store is. They have been there. So let's bring them back in and let's get them in front of you so your salesmen can work their magic and build that relationship. I think that's one thing with the presence of e-commerce nowadays that stores are lacking, is just that commonality, that
Right.
That relationship, right?
Right.
I mean, to me, if I have someone in the store, I can probably upsell them. It just makes sense to have someone there. You can diagnose their needs like a doctor and help them find what fits them. So another way you can run this customer summary report to get your bottom sellers is simply go ahead and tweak your filters. We can go ahead and say, all right, I want to find anyone that has spent less than $500, and these are my bottom sellers. One thing I didn't highlight here, export to Excel. If you guys are using any kind of third-party marketing or you want to export that, you can do that. I'll show you later how you can use these filters to create smart tags in coreSTORE. If you guys are using our coreILLA marketing platform, to make this a seamless transition on flagging these bottom buying customers and getting them into a journey in Corilla. So if I go ahead and run this report, we're gonna see the same thing. It's just gonna be less. So we can see that Fizz is one of my least preferred customers at this point, and we want to change that. We want to get him in, and John Smith. So just real quick, at a glance, I've only made $8 off of Fizz. I know he can spend more money with me. Only made 136 all time off of John Smith. Once again, we can do something. We can put together a bundle package. We can target these customers. And a great idea, and I don't know if this sounds great to everyone, but I think these bottom selling customers, let's create loyalty for them. If you guys are not using a loyalty program this holiday season, it's time to start thinking about that. What you could do, I mean, how would you use that to market, Joel? I mean, to me, I could say, hey, you guys have came in the store. We would love to have you as a loyal customer. Come in and sign up for our loyalty program and get additional 10% off all of our Black Friday sales. That's going to get people popping, coming in, signing up for your loyalty program, and not only getting them in the store, but now you have all this marketing material. You're getting their phone number, their email address, etc. And collecting that data is just so useful.
And Josh, real quick, because I've talked to people, about doing things like this, and they always, and this is just human nature, and I'm just going to point it out. It may offend some people. It is what it is, though. A lot of people, me included, I don't want to think about it unless I have to think about it, right? So I'm not thinking in the future. I'm not thinking like, well, in 6 months when I am not busy at all, this data that I'm collecting right now, these relationships that I'm creating right now or fortifying right now are going to come in handy, because then I'm not going to have to send my employees home, when we're dead over the summer. You know what I mean? So I understand, it may seem like, well, that's just, I'm going to worry about it. We've got our own little email campaign. We've got this or that. You're not taking advantage of it, right? Because next year is when this is even going to be more impactful, because you're going to be able to look back and see, hey, we actually tried during this time, right? And then you're going to know, holy moly, we've been like slipping for a long time. So I understand. And another thing that I think we need to, clarify is it's a whole lot cheaper to, upsell or re-engage with a low spending customer than it is to go find a brand new one. It just is. It's cheaper, right? So start building that arsenal, start building that armory, fill that armory full of customers, full of contacts, all this stuff. And Josh is showing you the way to do that now. So, hey, it may not immediately, translate into, oh my gosh, this was the biggest month we've ever had. However, I'm telling you, it will eventually, because you're building up, you're doing something that's required, no matter if you do it now or later. Because that's why I was saying, Josh, I talk to customers and they're like, well, we're going to do that. They keep pushing it down the road, and it's like, it's never going to get to you if you just keep pushing it down the road. So just jump in, man. Just jump in.
Can't kick the can. Like anything in life, you put it off for the next day. It's always going to weigh at the back of your mind. Being prepared and gathering this data, taking advantage of the tools now is only going to pay off in the long run, as you stated. I mean, you're going to have all of this data at your fingertips, and we live in a data-driven world, as you know. I mean, the use of AI to help run analytics. I mean, just at the end of the day, it's better to start now. Start nurturing these relationships with your customers and building that up for a long line of success. Anyone can go online and buy something from Amazon. The big thing is what do you have that your customer needs? That's that face-to-face interaction, that professionalism, and that expert at your niche, your market. And that's why you need to market, and you need to push people to come in to the brick and mortar store. And I think you should offset your brick and mortar sales to have a better sense of urgency, a bigger discount than maybe your e-commerce, because that's going to make them say, hey, I got to get in the store to get this extra 10% off.
Right.
And that's giving you the opportunity to nurture that relationship and make them a lifelong customer.
Right. Absolutely.
On the other side, some things that I see as far as, where people really struggle during holiday sales is, what do we put on sale? Why do we want to put our top sellers on sale? They're already moving. Well, once again, here's some other reports. We can go ahead and we can run some top and bottom selling inventory reports, and I'll show you guys how you can make perhaps an item kit for these. Take your top selling firearm and your bottom selling ammo that goes with that firearm and package that. Let's get that dead cost of inventory out of the store so you can put that money into either, building your marketing campaigns or buying inventory that's actually making you a profit. So there's a lot of just good little tips and tricks to help you move the product in general.
Right.
So, the other set of reports, if we want to hop into that I would probably take a look at during this season. So under the report section here, if we navigate to items, we have this labeled very well. It's so easy. We have the top selling items and the worst selling items. So if you guys go ahead and run your top selling items, once again, the filtering options are going to come down to what data you guys want to use to help your marketing. I'm always going to use all time. Some other things that this is going to give you options for is you can actually break this down by category. So maybe you only want to see what your top selling firearms are, your top selling ammo are, bikes. It doesn't matter. You can get really granular with your reporting to help you guys figure out how you want to promote these products. So if I go ahead, I want to see all time, I want to order this by quantity purchased. You also could go off a profit amount if you want. To me, I just want to see what is moving and the limit of 50. So I'm looking for at least 50 purchases of this item. Since my data is a little out of whack here, I'm going to go 5 just so we can get some information here. So if we go ahead and submit this, it's going to give me my top selling items here. So we got my federal 9mm ammo. You can see what your cost is at a glance, your current selling price. So you know, hey, I can afford to come down a few dollars on this to help. Well, in this aspect, since it's your top seller, maybe you want to keep that the same. But take this list, find your top selling items, write them down, and let's think about this. How can we bundle this with a bottom selling item now so I can move my low moving inventory quicker? I think that's a perfect way to tackle it. To me, if you're selling tons of these Glock 19s, but this 9mm ammo isn't moving very fast, go ahead and create a nice item kit or a bundle for this product so we can get that top selling item bought out the door and take some of that junk inventory with it. Therefore, obviously, you're increasing your profit and you're freeing up cash flow to buy items that are actually moving. So if we want to see what our bottom sellers are now, just hop back over to the reports. Once again, under items, we're going to go ahead and do worst selling items. Now I'll do all time, and I want to see my bottom 5. Or sorry, this is my limit of 5. I only want to see 5. So we'll go ahead and throw that up here. And once again, I have some federal 9mm that's in here. I have multiple of that. Some of them are low and I don't sell it. But just really, the information that you guys are going to glean from the system is going to be a lot more than my demo data. So print that off, compare those side by sides, and I'll show you guys how we should do some item kits. One last report I really want to hit on, because this is a big one. A lot of people don't look at aging reports here. So let me just see. We have this aged inventory report. This, you can go ahead and just run it, and it's going to give you all of your inventory, the location. But this is going to help you see, oh, okay, I have 10 of these in stock and they've been in here for 30 to 60 days, or 61 to 90 days, or over 3 months. This will really help you guys pinpoint your worst selling items, your worst moving items, because if anything is sitting in over 3 months, that means it's not moving hardly at all per quarter. Very great little report. Once again, that's under reports and then your inventory reports, and it's called aged inventory.
I think that's probably the most important one because again,
Mhm.
it's just collecting dust, right? And why not just put it in front of people that you never can tell? The holidays are a time when you're going to see faces that you've never seen in your shop before, right? So the regulars may not want that stuff that's been collecting dust back there, but those new customers may. So just figure out what that stuff is and put it out in front of people.
Absolutely. So, I guess the kind of segue into the next part of this presentation is how can we make um, deals and discounts that go around, around the analytics we're looking at, your top sellers, your bottom sellers, etc. Um, so one thing that I think works really well is what's called a tiered promotion, especially for your top buying customers. And the reason is this is going to give them the sense of, hey, if I spend more money, I'm getting a bigger discount with these guys. And they're already spending a lot of money with you. So they're opening their pocketbooks. So if we take a look here under inventory and then price rules, you can see I have a few established price rules already that I was testing out here. So I have one called Black Friday tier discount, 10% for 100, Black Friday tier discount, 20 for 200, etc. So the purpose of a tier discount is the more money they spend, the more discount you give them. So if we go ahead and just take a look at my Black Friday tier discount here, I'm going to click edit. The rule type you want to establish is going to be spend X, get discount. Obviously, the name says exactly what it does. You spend this amount, you get this percentage of discount. Now, you can come in here and pre-establish these sales so you don't have to do it last minute. You can see that you have a start date and an end date. I've established that Black Friday is going to be my starting and ending date, and you can see that I have set up the spend amount of $100 and we'll get 10% off. Pretty straightforward. Now you also can go ahead and obviously change these price rules. You can do BOGOs, mix and match, but I just want to hit on the ones that I think are pertinent this holiday season. So you do have the tiered 20% for 200, which follows the same formula. When the customer spends 200, they get 20% off. So you could set up, 3 or 4 of those if you would like. Now, from the other side, what I think would work really well for low selling inventory, generating urgency, a flash sale. I mean, Joel, when you see a flash sale pop up, how do you feel? You got that iPod
I'm
or that?
anxious. You got to go look right now, right?
You got to get there. I know
Yeah.
Amazon happens to be the king of flash sales. I think those guys just nail me all the time. So how are flash sales going to help the business? It's going to create that sense of urgency. But one thing I want you guys to think about and take that one step farther. During your sales season, is there any time of day that you really see your sales just drop off the face of the earth? This is the first hour of the day? Is it the last hour of the day? I mean, take an item that people are really looking for, or maybe it even is your lower selling items. Once again, use a flash sale to get them out of the store. So
Right.
go in and create a flash sale. So I have a Black Friday flash sale on ammo. Let's take a look at this one. My rule type is set to just a simple discount. Pretty straightforward. It's either going to be a percentage off or a fixed rate off. Now I have Black Friday flash sale on ammo as my rule name. And down here, I'm indicating that my start time is 10, my end time is 11. This is the first sale, the first flash sale we're going to run on Black Friday right when the doors open. And you can see we've established our start and our end date. Now, one thing that differs from this between the spend X get discount is you'll see that you must establish either your qualifying items or qualifying categories. We need to know what is included in this flash sale. Well, obviously I can't spell ammunition, but ammunition is my qualifying category. So sorry guys. English is my first language, but I'm not very good at it. So With this, I'm stating that between the hours of 10 and 11, all ammunition is 10% off. You could make it a fixed percent, and you can even limit the customers. I'm only going to allow them to do this one time per sale, etc. Um, so really, pin that down, get with your sales team, talk to them, ask them what customers are looking at. Your sales team has their finger on the pulse. They see clients coming in every day. They know what they're talking about, who they're helping, and what your big ticket items are for this holiday season. But really, sprinkle some flash sales throughout the day on Black Friday and Cyber Monday. Throw some of your lower selling inventory on that. Get that moving. Generate some interest and just some sense of urgency at the end of the day. We all know sense of urgency is a big thing. If I feel like I'm missing something, I'm going to make sure I'm there, which is another good reason for a flash sale. It's going to bring in foot traffic. They can only come into the store to get the sale. You get them in front of you, you sell them 2 boxes of ammo. Well, now you're selling them a new handgun or a new hunting rifle because you had that opportunity to connect and learn about their needs.
Right.
So that's a flash sale in a nutshell. Once again, tweak this, go around. You can mix and match. You can go ahead and make some. Maybe you want to do some BOGOs instead. The next topic, I don't know how many people use item
Hey,
kits.
Josh,
Yes, sir.
before we go into the next topic, I would like to say, if you're not receiving our weekly newsletter, Core Weekly, drop your email here in the comments so that I can put you on that list. We spend a lot of time on those weekly newsletters, and we have a theme, a lot of thought and work goes into them. And this week I was really excited because I was learning so much as I was writing the blog for Black Friday. I'm like, my gosh, man, these are some really great ideas that other people have come up with. So again, if you're not on that list, let us know, because we'll be sending out the replay of this along with Josh didn't tell you, but we've got a boot camp, a Black Friday boot camp pack that we're going to be sending you. And basically it's everything that you'll need to know in order to do all the things that Josh is talking about right now through our Core U. Cost you absolutely nothing. You just sign up, register, and start doing those things. And all this knowledge is going to be at your fingertips. So I just wanted to make everybody aware of that. I see a couple of emails. So thank you for that. Just remember, we send these out every week. We send out a replay of the webinar. Come back later and check this webinar replay, because we usually create a bot to go along with the webinar, and you can actually have a conversation with the bot because it knows obviously everything that we talked about in the webinar, and it's a really good companion to watch the webinar with. So I see more emails coming in, so I'm going to go copy those. Josh, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I just wanted people to know, and I want you to tell them about the battle pack that we're putting together for them. All the knowledge that you're going to be providing them after, and that link is going to be in that newsletter. So be sure to sign up.
Yeah, absolutely. And since you're throwing a shameless plug in there, I'm going to too. but right here, guys, since you can see my screen, you have this little informational icon on the right. Here is where we keep all of our release notes, new updates, etc. But there's a little megaphone here at the top that says product updates. You go ahead and click on that. I've pasted a little Black Friday Bootcamp link in here, and you can actually just click access Black Friday Bootcamp here, and that will take you to our Core U page. So you can get right into it, everything that we're covering in this webinar. There's a nice little, just to show you, you have a introduction, you have a video on how to run your analytics, and then you also have a nice little step-by-step guide if you're more acclimated to using a white paper instead of watching a video. So we'll have that's already published. That's out there for you guys. You can go check it out after this video if you need any refreshers. But back over to coreSTORE and where we were at, we've talked about our top customers, our bottom selling customers. Same thing with inventory. We've gone over a few promotion types. One thing I did want to hit on, we talked about it earlier, is item kits. If you guys are not using item kits this holiday season, you know, you're really missing out. Even after the holiday season, item kits and bundles are always something that customers are looking for. They want to get the most bang for their bucks. So under, you know, inventory and item kits. Oh, my screen is not sharing anymore. That might be my fault. 1 second.
And I was muted. Sorry, I've been talking for the past 5 minutes. I'm just joking. No, you took your screen off there, Josh. So I'm going to throw it back up there. You ready?
Yep. All right. So under inventory and then item kits, you can go ahead and create an item kit for your sale season. Now, keep in mind, you can add an item kit to one of your price rules. If you do have some established and you just want to give an extra discount, you can set that up in the price rules. But here, you know, you could set up something like a basic shooter package 2. And this is going to fall under my, I'm just going to throw under ammunition right now. But then you can go ahead and obviously throw in a description and a long description. So this will be your description if you're using coreFORCE that appears on your website. So you can publish these items up to your e-commerce platform also. But the big thing is going to be under the items tab. You need to establish what items make up this kit. So if I say, all right, this Glock G19 3rd gen, I'm going to have one of those in there. And now I want to throw some boxes of ammo in there too. So you can go ahead and create these item kits for your clients. And like I said, I really recommend if you're making something special for the holiday season, we want to go ahead and take a top selling item and pair some bottom selling items with it. Once again, get that stuff out of your store so you can spend money where it matters. On the pricing tab, you can go ahead and establish, you know, your cost and your selling price. I'm going to say this is $800. You also can see here, I created a customer tier called preferred customer. You can go ahead and establish price points fixed to your preferred customers if you guys are going to use customer tiers. So simply hit save on that. And this has created an item kit for me. So if we take a look, I have my basic shooting package and basic shooter package 2 with a selling price of $800. I really want to see people take advantage of item kits in the system. It's a great little tool, very easy to use, and it gives the client a sense of, hey, I'm bundling this together, I'm saving more money. Let's see. I kind of hit on that in this one. Customer tiers could be very important and beneficial for you guys. I don't know if you guys have ever thought about, you know, having a buyers club or anything like that to kind of push traffic to the store. So you can actually go ahead and under company and settings, you can establish what we call a tier. So if we take a look at our price rules and tiers here, you can see that I have a wholesale customer and a preferred customer. Now these, you can take your top customers that we have identified and create a tier name called preferred customer and give them a default percentage off, you know, for the whole time. Once again, if maybe you want to do a buyers club, and you can go ahead and use that to help generate foot traffic to come into the store. Hey, sign up for our buyers club. We're going to give you an additional, once again, 20% off, 10%, whatever you guys feel necessary. One reason that I like the customer tiers is if you are using coreILLA, you can go ahead and establish coreILLA tags where you can market journeys to these clients too. So I'm going to kind of segue into that. Joel, did you have anything else you wanted to talk about on this subject, or okay if I kind of show the coreILLA side to everyone?
Yeah, you're good. And just know, everyone, we're barely scratching the surface here. I really, and Josh, I'm asking you in front of everybody, so no pressure at all. Would you be up to doing another one of these next week, where maybe we bring in somebody from the coreILLA house and the coreFORCE house and just have a conversation? It doesn't have to be an hour. It could just be a really quick, 30-minute lunch break where we kind of give you some more things to think about for Black Friday. I want to give we want to give all of you as much information as possible rolling into Black Friday, because obviously this is where you make, a large chunk of your money. So training would be
Absolutely.
great. Susan, absolutely. That's kind of what we had in mind. So be on the lookout. I'm gonna include everyone that's in this training, I guess you would call it, and send you another invite for next week, and we'll just keep rolling. We could probably do 2 or 3 more before Black Friday, but just build up some momentum so it kind of carries you into the shopping season. Because, man, it, again, like I was saying about SHOT Show, it's Friday before you know it. Like, you had all these plans, you had all these things that you wanted to do, and it just went by so quick. So we want to arm you with the right knowledge. So that's all I had.
Yeah. Yeah, and let's just touch on smart tags here real quick for you guys, because smart tags, it's just a great feature in general. It's taking out a lot of the manual work of me going in and have to run these reports and go in and then identify those clients and tag them manually. So if you take a look, if you guys do have a coreILLA subscription, and that is linked to your coreSTORE platform here, if you go under our sales and then customers, there's simply just a little smart tags button right here at the top. Let me switch to one I have turned on here. Let me share this tab. All right. So if we go under customers and then we hit smart tags, you're going to see that there's quite a few tags already established. Now let's take a look at Big Spender. I made this one for our training videos. So if we go in here, I simply created a tag called Big Spender. The description, same thing. Date range is all time. Now, what it comes down to is your rules and conditions. I need this to match all rules and conditions. And this really was just a sale amount that was greater than $500. Now, you could go ahead and say, I want to see everyone who spent $500 or $5,000 on a firearm, and you can tag them that way. Now, when I hit save, this is going to go through my database. It's going to find anyone from all time that has spent more than $500 on an individual sale with me. So it's just going to take a second here. Now it says the tag has been updated successfully, and you'll see I have 27 customers. I can easily just click right here and see every single customer that was tagged. So some of them have the 500 club. There's ones with the Big Spender, but everyone here should fall into the Big Spender. Now, what does this do on the back end? So on the back end, this flags these customers as Big Spender, and it pushes that flag over to your coreILLA marketing platform. And inside coreILLA, you can create a customer journey or do a targeted email blast based off of these tags. So it's really easy to get this data from coreSTORE pushed over to coreILLA so you guys can use that to market. Just to kind of take a look at some of the other options here real quick, let's go back into smart tags, because there is a plethora of different conditions here or rules. You could go ahead and, you could set up, all right, I want to, maybe it's a, customer age. You want to find everyone who's over 50 because you're going to run, a discount for people over 50, but you have, customer age, state, different customer tags. The real big ones you're probably going to use the most during this holiday season are going to be, sale amount, or if you want to find someone who's bought so much inventory on a ticket, your sale quantity, and perhaps tier name. If you guys go through and you establish a customer tier of buyers club or your preferred customer, you can simply come in here and say, all right, I want it to be a tier name, and I want it to be my let's see, I don't remember what I put it. Oh, that's in my other one, wholesale customer or preferred customer. That's on my other coreSTORE instance though. But I think smart tags and using this with coreILLA is a really great way to obviously automate a journey, get your marketing moving, and take a lot of the heavy lifting off. All you have to do is come up with the content. All the data is being driven by coreSTORE itself.
That's awesome, man. Hey, so I'm going to throw my email address up on the screen right now. if you guys have anything you want us to cover with more specifics, just reach out, shoot that email over, and in our next session next week, we can dive in a little bit deeper. But I would like to open it up for any other questions. Joshy's here, and he is crushing it down there on the questions right now. So I don't see any, but I just want to make sure everybody's, aware that we are going to be doing this. We're going to arm you, right? We've given you the big weapons. Now we're going to show you how to use them through the holiday shopping season. And Josh Oakey is a phenomenal teacher, I think, because I've learned a lot just sitting here listening to him, and he's got a unique perspective. So I think this is going to be a really good series. We're going to continue with the boot camps. Josh, can you think of anything else that we need to cover? I just want, again, it's like, it's one of those things where you know what's coming, the days are coming up, you've got only so many days to do, to do your marketing, to get your product in, all that. And then it's over with, it's over before you really know it. And can you think of anything else, Josh, that maybe we could send them off with?
Really, one thing that I've been thinking about a lot is, I know a lot of people don't like to talk about their competitors, but really, really look at your competitors in your area and see how they're marketing. Obviously, you always want to one-up them. You want to do better, but I think a lot of people don't pay attention to how their competitors are driving traffic to their store. And it's something that you should do. You should send a spy and take a look, see what they're doing different. It's really we basically lean and learn on each other in the industry. I hope we all can share our own ideas with our core family to help generate revenue for everyone. But at the end of the day, it's all about getting with your team and seeing what is moving, what is happening around the store, where is the interest in your store, and seeing what others in the area are doing. Because I could be selling hunting rifles left and right up here in Iowa because it's deer season, but out in California, we don't have the same type of needs. So just really look in your area, right. See what is as far as sales and specials, what's prominently going on, and see what you can do better than your comp.
Yeah, and use those AI tools as well. I know you guys, here he goes again, but I'm telling you, you wouldn't believe the amount of work you can do, the research, all that, in such little time. And if you just go in there and say, hey, what in this region, can you tell me anything about, sales? As far as, first off, you're going to model all your sales off your hunting seasons, right? I mean, I'm not going to sell, bird shot when I should have a bunch of buckshot out, right, Oki? So yeah. You really want to go in there and really figure out what you should be doing in your area. And those AI tools out there can help you do it very, very quickly. Again, I'm taking note of you guys as a request here in the comments. And I think there's Bradley Norman. Hey, Bradley, how are you? Yeah, we're going to go into more depth. I think in our next boot camp, I think what we need to do is we need to talk about, Bradley kind of reminded me of how you're going to capture this information when people come into your shop. You need to have a really, quick and efficient way to capture those emails, phone numbers, and names. So we'll talk about that. A really good way to do it. You can use, coreILLA, obviously, and really start building up. Again, you're probably thinking, like most humans, well, how is that going to help me now, right? It may not. It may not help you now. However, in July, in August, when everything's just slowing down, you're going to have a treasure chest of contacts that have already proven that they can get to your store. And you're going to be able to market to them and maybe throw up some sales and stuff during those slow times. We're basically wanting to teach you how to weaponize your data. That's basically all this is, right, Oki?
Yes.
Your system's collecting all this information about your customers. It's time to start weaponizing it. It's time to start doing some precision marketing. It's time to start really telling the guy that wants to spend $5,000 that you have some really cool stuff in your shop, and he's got the unction to come in and do it.
Come spend 10.
Come spend 10. There you go. There's that. He can be in that different tier. He's in the 10,000 club. But again, it's just, you got to start using the stuff now, and you'll see over time, my gosh, these systems are actually really awesome. I use certain systems, and I'm kind of flustered with them because I'm like, man, this sucks. What is this? I don't learn it. Right? If I spend a little bit more time, learning the system, then it would probably mean a little bit more to me. So, and I would be, more fluent in its use, I guess, or more effective in its use. But
like anything, I mean, practice makes perfect, right, Joel? You have to get in there. You have to do it. You have to see what works for you. And heck, maybe flash sales don't work for you. Maybe, hitting these top sellers, it could have been done different. It's all trial and error. Everyone has their own things that work, especially, in their niche or their area. It's really, you're not going to know until you dive in and do it, though.
Right. And, and you guys know, obviously, because you deal with people every day, and you know that people, we make excuses for everything, right? I make excuses for everything. We're just human. And I would tell people that would come in whenever I was, training people in firearms and whatnot. And, they would spend 8 hours in a class, right? And be really like, I would be comfortable if somebody came in and started shooting at us with the people that I had trained, right? Because I know I've stressed them out. Their corpse will continue to do what we did over that 8 hours, And then you would start talking about, well, they would say, well, how are you able to do this? And I would be like, the only thing I do, and I haven't done it in a while because, again, I'm a regular person now and I don't train people, but I would tell them, I literally just spend 5 minutes a day, unloading and loading my magazines, right? And holding and presenting the gun to the target. Just 5 minutes a day. It's nothing, right? And you'll see the results that you get. It's the same with this stuff. Just spend 5 or 10 minutes doing something extra, right? Spend 5 or 10 minutes digging a little bit deeper into the systems that you're depending on to carry your business, right? So with that, I think we're getting ready to wrap it up. And I think this is a perfect segue into Josh explaining what is the battle pack and what should there. Obviously, it's going to be coming in this week, Core Weekly, which will be going out later today or early in the morning. But you'll have a link to that. Tell us what they're going to be able to get out of that battle pack. Tell us what they're going to learn.
Oh man, Joe must have fell asleep when I plugged that earlier. So with the battle pass, as I said, I have that up here for our users right in coreSTORE under the product updates. You can go down and you have the access to Black Friday Bootcamp right here. So we click on that. You'll be able to go in and you'll get a whole course. There's going to be walkthrough videos on how to run these reports and how to set up these flash sales or tiered discounts. And then you also have your white papers, your step-by-step instructions to help you guys get through that. And, as always, there's more than that course on there. We have a getting started, we have assemblies, work orders. So keep your eyes out on our CoreU. Many of you may not have used it recently because there haven't been many updates, but that is what we are focusing on, getting the content in your hands so you guys can be successful. In the upcoming weeks, we're going to be seeing a range and membership management course, variations course, consignment. So, a lot of great stuff besides just Black Friday, but with that boot camp, it is already hosted up there. Turned that live yesterday, so you guys can go in and follow along with the videos. as always too, leave comments, suggestions on what you want to see. I want to make everyone successful. Even if I don't know how to use it, I'm going to dig in, I'm going to figure it out, and I'll get something put together for us.
And we need to go into more detail, I think, next week in where they can find this stuff, because you may have said that, Josh. I wasn't paying attention to you. I'm sorry. I'm literally, you guys don't know, but I'm hurting today. Josh knows I am hurting so bad. So the act that you're seeing, I should get an Emmy for this friggin' crap, because I am crushing it. But in all seriousness, we need to make it clear. Like when you showed me that last week, Josh, or a couple of days ago, you're like, "Hey, I got this up." I'm like, "Dude, we need to be communicating with our customers right there." I mean, you're going to your dashboard every day. So Josh and I are in talks about maybe having, a weekly video that just pops up right there, that just a little reminder of something that the system can do that you may have forgotten about. So be on the lookout for that. We're just getting our second wind, I think, because Josh has been, buried in getting all this content put together and getting it all out. I think now it's time to, show the world what all this stuff is. So be on the lookout. I think we're going to have some epic content. This was probably the most excited I've been for a webinar in a long time, because we don't just do this to put out content. We do this because we know it's going to empower you. You're going to take this, run with it, and you're going to be like, my gosh, those guys at CoreWare actually care. They're actually they're helping us crush it, and we know you're going to crush it when you effectively use our tools. So I don't think I have anything else, Josh. Can you think of anything else?
Oh, I'm sure as soon as we get done, 50 things will pop into my mind, but I'll write them down and we'll get them ready for next week. And I would love for us to be able to get the coreILLA team and coreFORCE team member on here, so we can obviously hit those aspects too, to help you guys be successful with your e-commerce and your marketing side.
We will absolutely have someone here, and we'll have a game plan. What I would like to do, and you guys can tell us if we're wrong in the comments, but I would like to maybe paint a picture of what it's going to look like when that customer walks in your store. What do you do? You gotta collect their information, right? Maybe offer them something. You got to put them in your system. What does that look like using our solutions? Because you're going to see a lot of people this time of year that you haven't seen, and you probably won't unless you do all the things that we're telling you to do. So again, I am so stoked about this, Josh.
Yes.
Josh, I'm stoked because I've been bugging him. I sent him like 10 messages yesterday. I'm like, hey, we're going to do this and we're going to do this. And he never responded, because I think he's probably like, Joe, I don't know if you were sleeping when I covered that earlier, but no, but we're going to put some really good content together and get it out to you guys next week. For those of you that are here that left us your email and that were in this workflow, expect another invite to next week's webinar. Josh, do you think maybe Tuesday, Wednesday?
Yeah.
One of those days. And then maybe Thursday, Friday for the other.
Okay.
Just one of those days. So mid to late week next week, we'll do two, because I'm sure there's something that you guys want to know about, and we can go in a little bit more detail and obviously utilize the comments here so that we can get your questions and get those things answered. Again, I'm excited. Josh is the perfect person to be doing this. As you can see, he's got a really good demeanor. He's a really good teacher, and he doesn't make fun of old people at all for forgetting when he tells them things. So with that, I think we're going to kick this song off and let you guys go with our beautiful song, The Robot Wrote Us. I'm telling you, man, it's going to be hard to go to war with these things.
It won't be easy.
They are so good at this.
If they can shoot guns.
No, man, we're screwed. No, seriously, guys, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate your time, and we're gonna pump some more stuff out for you. We will see you all next week. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
The holiday rush, it's time to leave. From late at night. Retail's rolling, the future's bright. CoreWare's got the tools in store, helping retailers do even more. Oh, Black Friday sales are flying by. Grab your gear, don't let them pass you by. Stack those deals, it's all you need. The holiday rush, it's time to lead. From e-commerce to the checkout line, let's streamline sales, keep it all in line. CoreWare's there, making it smooth. For every sale, we're in the groove. Oh, Black Friday sales are flying by. Grab your gear, don't let them pass you by. Stack those deals, it's all you need. The holiday rush, it's time to lead. From e-commerce to the checkout line, let's streamline sales, keep it all in line. CoreWare's there, making it smooth. For every sale, we're in the groove. Oh, Black Friday sales are flying by. Grab your gear, don't let them pass you by. Stack those deals, it's all you need. The holiday rush, it's time to lead. So let's get started, the countdown's on. Black Friday magic, let's all be strong. With CoreWare's help, we're on our way. Let's make it a winning Black Friday.